Alright. I'm streaming.
It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's what truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning, I had me a pop by the morning, I had me some breakfast by the morning, I had a six by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rest keep me up on the ocean, I had a in my shoulder.
Julio Jones. Carl Lawson.
Hey, everybody. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a handoff. Running left is Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. That's taken on the 25. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Now Wilson, and down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
All right.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
3rd and long. It's Wilson.
Damn it.
Couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And out now come the Seahawks. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. And
now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Now Wilson on first down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get this down to about the 31-yard line. It was Duke Dawson on the tackle, the second-round pick in 2018.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Timeout offense.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Gano's kick is right through. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's the first of 2 games here on this wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's NFC wildcard game. And it's the Detroit Lions who will fight another week as they knock off the Washington Redskins.
No way.
Meanwhile, nothing settled in our wild card game. It's a tight one as we get ready for the third quarter. Standing by to take you the rest of the way, let's get it back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now Jones. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's Big Vince Williams who made the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he's got some space here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Past the 20 and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Ronald Jones, 75. Now the the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. Now a handoff working right. A beautiful fake. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them.
Damn.
Put the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth and final quarter. On third down, that's Jones. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Face mask. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Here's Wilson to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On third down, Wilson. And man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, no, he lost the football. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Now they try the right side here. And he gets it down to the 32. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a handoff looking right. Room here to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it out to his left. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Javon Hargrave with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Throwing now is Wilson. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be, but we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one.
Under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch they at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp. I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and it's welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanted me cousin wearing gold. I came up and made it happen. Now it's by the stove. Big inside this case is one. Do me dirty, I'ma find you lay out on the flow. 19 with a I got rich by myself. Rather do this alone. I wasn't asking for no help. They keep asking how I'm winning with the card that I was dealt. Boy, I work hard for the seat and I ain't buckling my belt. Call my brother on the phone. He said, broski, you a star. I said, brother, hold it down. Soon we'll all be living large. And it's crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure. I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch they at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm
the ship. I don't mean sloppy Joe.
Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my dream I'm dedicated. For a second, lost myself, I was too busy getting busy. Now they see me out in public and be knowing what my name is. All these rappers want the clout and the life of being famous. I just want to be.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now they try the right side here. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Wilson now Throwing on 3rd and long. And
damn.
It's complete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Barkley, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And this is incomplete. Sean Lee, the linebacker, able to get a hand in coverage.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So the false start will back them up 5.
False start, offense.
Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Avoids him at the 40. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this. Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now we get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
He can run for it, and he will. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So bad.
Punch right.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware, ball may come your way.
Now Saquon Barkley, and he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
A handoff to Barkley, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
What up, Brett? Tom back.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Bortles looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And the ball is knocked out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a 1st down on that effort. 2 minutes to play here in the 1st half. Back with more NFC playoff action after this. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over, and he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and they return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Bortles. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 3rd down, Barkley. Oh, look at the juke. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A pretty good effort there. 9 yards, but not enough. We'll likely see the punt team now on 4th down. They'll look to set up his blockers. Gets around him. A great return there of 22 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. This is intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. Gano out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. "14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on first down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup.
Good half, good half, good half.
Where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, this is the second of 4 games this weekend as we narrow the field down to the 4 teams who will meet in the league championship games next Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look ahead to tomorrow's other divisional round game in the NFC. And it looks like we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Gott.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Somebody grab the damn ball. Go, fat man.
The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. He's at the 40. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Able to slither by. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
False start, offense.
Oh, come on. That was my right tackle.
And that'll set him back 5. That false start knocks him back behind
Sorry,
the
left
10
tackle.
now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 5 yards on the pickup. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now we've got whistles and movement up front. I think this is against Seattle.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
All right, come on, veteran.
Throwing is Wilson. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
4th and 1.
10 yards gets them closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Ronald Jones punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Gano, the extra point. He has been an integral part of the offense all season, and now in the playoffs he's carrying it over. Had the touchdown last week in the wild card game. Now his 2nd TD of the playoffs.
Showing some consistency, and that's something that we have to keep in mind about the playoffs because we often think you have to be spectacular in order to win. I think consistent is what you're looking for. That can get you to the finish line.
Punch right, punch right, punch right.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Green 80, green 80.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. To Barkley on the check down. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. A give to Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Now Wilson on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete. The Seahawks on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Wilson. It's caught inside the 25. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
That has to be frustrating for defenders. 3rd down, they take a shot way downfield. There is good coverage, yet they still come down with the football and pick up a big gain.
Now it's Jamal Charles in the game. He gets the call here. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power. And gives him a nice pickup. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Short yardage situation. Here's Charles. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And several days ago, you and I talked with a couple of guys in the meetings about how big is home field advantage? And they kind of downplayed it a bit, but I think we're seeing here today, building up this lead, looks like they're going to win. Why home field advantage in the divisional round so important?
Yeah, they may have downplayed it, but we could also sense that it was important to them because nothing has to change. You don't have to uproot anything. Sometimes when you're going on the road, you may have to even leave earlier in order to get acclimated if it's going to be a tough environment against the team you're going to play. So being at home was a big deal, but now they know.
And it's a fumble, and the Seahawks have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. 49 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, well, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly
you
right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Bortles going to throw. And it's caught. The tight end Hill. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now Bortles again. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. Throwing now is Bortles. On target over the middle to Hill. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Spread right, spread right.
Into the red zone, it's Bortles. His throw caught at about the 5. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Again, they'll throw with Bortles. And he's got it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Can I use a few extras? My game's being stupid. Yeah, it's because it won't let me go back into the application for some reason. Yeah. Well. I don't know why it kicked me out of the application. I shouldn't have to. Yeah, it saves it. The application didn't close, it just kind of... Yeah. Why is it saying, hold on, I'm gonna restart my whole app. Or my whole PlayStation.